Vivziepop, the creator of Hazbin Hotel Helluva Boss, hasn't been known for being the best of writers. In fact, her writing style is commonly mocked in the form of many memes, particularly with how she writes her humor, or I guess lack thereof. In today's video, I'm going to give my thoughts on how she writes her humor in her shows, but I'll mostly be using Helluva Boss for examples of her writing. Okay, so I'm sure everyone here watching has seen the memes over the years if other intellectual property was written by Vivziepop, whereas the clip just has the character of said property saying absolutely nothing but cuss words. Well, if you still somehow don't understand the meme, this is in reference to how the way Vivzie writes her humor isn't bad on paper, however the way it's executed is that of maximum repetition. A lot of the show's humor is swearing and sex jokes. Seriously, look it up. There are some videos online of them counting the amount of cuss words per Helluva Boss episode, and from what I saw, the amount for each episode is on average between 28 and 40 cuss words an episode. Sure, at a glance that may not sound like a lot, but factor in these episodes are about 23 minutes on average. The duration between cuss words can be as little as 20 seconds each. Whether you think this is funny or not, it cannot be understated how obnoxious and repetitive this actually becomes throughout the episodes. However, Vivziepop can't seem to take constructive criticism very well, it seems, since she's well aware of the meme and people's complaints of the non-stop swearing and haha funny because sex jokes. What I find quite baffling of her defense of her humor is being really overused and overdone as well. I was inspired by Seth Rogen in South Park. However, what I think Vivzie fails to realize here is shows like South Park and other adult shows don't rely on cussing and sex jokes only for their adult humor. Do other adult shows cuss? Well, of course they do. What adult show doesn't do that? I mean, some don't, but most of them do. However, when they use cuss words, they use them pretty sparingly and sometimes even censoring them. When cuss words are held close to the chest, when writing, it becomes funny, since the cuss word is unexpected and it stands out amongst the rest of the relatively clean dialogue. But with Vivziepop, she shoves cuss words into sentences that would flow way better just normally. My biggest realization of this issue was really in the Helluvaverse update I talked about a few weeks ago on the channel. Now, I didn't bring this issue up in that video since that video was purely to cover the Helluvaverse news itself, not to criticize Viv's humor, because I'm sure everyone's done that by now. Legit, within the first seconds of this update video, which is all this is supposed to be, an update, we instantly get Blitzo throwing around cuss words, hard, vulgar ones too. And it really just set in that not only are these cuss words and sex jokes unfunny, they're extremely repetitive. They're also really forced into the scripts they appear in. I'm not exaggerating either. When having cuss words in something, they should at least flow naturally. But here, they absolutely do not half the time. Just listen to what Blitzo says here when he first shows up.
That's old news.
Oh, okay.
Hold on to your little titties, because I'm here to announce that Helluva Boss is coming to Prime Video.
Okay, let me break down the cussing here. Why does he need to say the F word here? Not once, but twice, but 3 times in a row. Furthermore, why is the need to say that word? Seriously? What substance is the word tits adding here? You see what I meant by forcing it in there? He could have easily said hold on to your horses or hold on to your hats. Seriously, there's an infinite amount of combinations to get the same message across without being vulgar. Again, as I said earlier, what makes cussing funny is when it's used very sparingly, like using it for a specific moment. Makes the dialogue stronger as it stands out amongst the rest of the dialogue. Not only this, but it makes the scene way more funny. An example I want to give in this scene real quick is from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, when Star-Lord tells Nebula to open the flipping door. Except he didn't use flipping. When I watched the movie, I was not expecting to hear an actual F-bomb in the MCU, which is why me and my entire theater laughed. It was unique. It stood out. It was used appropriately. I mean, ironically enough, it's not that appropriate, but whatever. But Hazbin Hotel using fuck every 20 seconds drives me absolutely up the wall. What I kind of find funny though is that Vivian herself is sort of self-aware of the excessive cussing, as she has openly acknowledged the if it were written by Vivziepop memes, but in an ironic sense, as she is making fun of, or at least attempting to mock critics. Which I don't know if Vivzie knows this, but we're just trying to help her improve her show and the show's writing. I think the memes are more than enough to show for it. The one moment I could actually think of cussing actually being funny, and this just might be my weird sense of humor, is when Stolas literally just completely crashes out in one of the episodes where he's just cussing up a storm and he's having a full-on mental breakdown. I really thought that was funny because the way he blamed himself and he was so regretful of his fuck up. It was so relatable and funny to me, so I thought that was funny. But yeah, that's all I wanted to really say in this little quick vid. It's just, I don't really like Vivziepop in her writing, especially how she does her humor with the excessive sex jokes and stuff like that. It's just not funny anymore. And unfortunately, she doesn't really want to take the criticism. So, I mean, what else can we do, guys? Thanks for watching this quick bid. Be sure to subscribe. I'll have videos sometime because I'm very busy right now. But hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Axel signing off.